Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Bingo Bonanza, live from the double wide of everyone's favorite beauty professional, Hummel figurine collector, and bingo caller, Miss Richfield 1981.
I'd like to tell a story of the prettiest of girls. It's me from Minnesota, in my heels and in my curls. Although my roots were modest, I was destined for the stage. My parents knew they had a star when at an early age. I did not say the word mama, I chose a different line. At just the tender age of 2, I screamed, "Oh, 69!" Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Bingo Bonanza! I'm your hostess, Miss Richfield 1981, and I invite you to stay right where you are and let me bring bingo to you. Oh, it's gonna be a bonanza because we've got a live studio audience and prizes and the Richfield winner spinner and fun, and it's all because bingo makes it better. It really does! Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, won't you grab your balls and play? Now it's your turn, join with me. Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, won't you grab your balls and play? Grab your balls and play, now you. Grab your balls and play. Grab your balls and play. I can hear you. Grab your balls and play. Grab your balls and play, hey! It's Bingo Bonanza, and I'm here with Lewis and the wieners. I've got Lewis, I've got wieners, I've got balls. We've got everything here at Bingo Bonanza. So happy you joined me tonight. We're going to have a great evening. I am in slacks tonight. Look at me. Slacks. That's right. I'm in slacks. You know why? Because it's Gender Lingo Bingo tonight. That's right. It is number 28. 28. Can you believe that? That's how many bingos we've done. And it's all because all of you continue to join me from week to week. And we're so appreciative of that. And, you know, it's not just you. It's all of my helpers as well and my live studio audience that I want to greet right now. I've got beautiful studio audience for our Gender Lingo Bingo. And you know what? We went out, we just tried to find an interesting, diverse group of people to bring together. And Eli is so helpful in doing that and did such a great job tonight. I mean, look at this. We got CJ. Hi, CJ.
Hello. How's it going?
We noticed, you know, we're putting pronouns by everyone's name but mine. As you can see, I just go by my beauty title. I did not he, not she, not they. I'm sometimes called it, but not, you know, usually just Miss Richfield 1981. And I'm so glad you've joined me, and I love your eyeglasses.
Thank you. I did not mean to compete with you between the glasses and the pearls. That was unintentional, but now I feel a war has begun.
In a way, yeah, in a way. Right. Unintentional and yet on purpose. One of those unintentional on purpose things.
Unintentional, but I won't retract.
Right. And you're from New Jersey?
Yes, I am.
And what part of New Jersey? It doesn't matter. That's the actual answer. We don't. Yeah, when it's New Jersey, it doesn't really matter. I'm just being nice. You know, just being
about
nice.
Around the armpit.
Just around the. Oh, that's where hiatus is. Around the cape.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm so glad you joined us, and I'm so glad that you shared with us your they, them. We'll talk about gender tonight and the gender lingo that we got going on, and we'll definitely get back to you, CJ. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. And right next to you, you can see there, if you look just a little, there you go, right that direction, it's Mickey and Mike. And must make your monogram so much easier when you have the same initials and you don't have any pronouns.
We save on towels.
And you don't have any pronouns, I'll notice. It's just So what are we calling you? Just Homo 1 and Homo 2? How do we refer to you?
He and him is perfect. Yeah.
He and him. Okay. He and him, but we're not sure which one's he and which one's him. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because the point is we're just going to talk about it tonight. And you know what? I'm going to get it wrong some of the time. I'm going to get it wrong, and you're just going to have to correct me. You're just going to say, oh, wait a minute. And then Lewis is here, and Lewis still has not told me his pronoun. So we're not, or her pronoun, or their pronoun, because he did have that operation when he was younger, which was before I had him. I got him as an adult. So I don't know exactly how that went or who directed that or if he signed papers. I don't know what happened. But anyway, he's doing great. He's looking so handsome. And along with that beautiful couple sitting next to me, and then that single, CJ. Are you all by yourself in the world, CJ?
In this particular room, yes, I am.
I love that. I like it. Keep it mysterious.
Yes.
I don't know. It's New Jersey. It's New Jersey. Anyone could, right? Anyone. A hit squad could show up. Who knows? Anything could happen. It's New Jersey. So, and then I want to say,
logo.
Sarah, I kind of don't want to say hi to you because it makes me homesick because you're in Minneapolis and I'm from, Richfield. And I feel like it just makes me homesick to see my girls. I don't know if I've officially met you, but I feel like we're girlfriends.
Same. We feel the same.
And where do you live in Minnie? What part of the city?
We live in the North Loop.
Ooh, lesbians with money. Very nice. And it's always amazing. It's always the people that don't look like they have money. And so I'm guessing you are loaded. Okay. Fantastic. Thanks so much for joining us. And do you go by she, her? You the gals?
Yeah, she, her, me.
Okay. Good to know. Always just want to, because it's the gender lingo bingo and we're talking about it tonight. We're getting it out there. We're just, and we start, Eli is the one that, Eli is they, them. And so I've been learning. I still make mistakes, but I'm learning. So Theo and Finley. And Theo, now you are he, right?
Yes.
And Finley is a they, them.
Yes.
So that must be difficult to know who's talking, if you're talking about a group or just one of you. That's fantastic. I like that. I like keeping it fresh. I like keeping it moving. And you're in Philly. I love Philly. What a great city you are in. And do you live right in the city of Philly? Because that's or do you live out in the burbs?
We're like on the line between Philly and the burbs. We're by the airport.
Oh, I know right where that is. I, of course, take the bus when I'm coming to Philly. But the bus has gone by the airport a couple times, so I know right where you are. And that must be fantastic to be right there with all the coming and going and everything. That's fabulous. And I understand you also have a snake.
Yes, we do. Her name's Electra.
Oh, and she goes by her.
Yes.
That's a good nickname. I caught that. I'm listening. This doesn't always work, but this usually works. So very good. Well, now don't go anywhere, girls, because we got one more person to welcome. Girls, guys, they. And then Desi, I want to say hi to you. You're also New Jersey.
I am also in New Jersey. That is correct.
I love that. Now do you have she, him?
I mean, call me anything you want, but just call me out to dinner next,
That's my old line. You can call me Miss Richfield 1981, or you can call me tonight. Exactly.
Oh, hey.
I know. You can use that if you mail me $5.
I'm writing it down. Is that it?
And Desi, I'm so glad. And you're in grad school, so you're studying, you're working, which I think is wonderful. Learning. That's fantastic. Where's your school? Is it in New Jersey?
I am going to Columbia University. I'm an Ivy League girl now.
Oh, sorry. Wow. No wonder you're living in New Jersey.
Exactly.
Probably all you can afford, right? Exactly. Fantastic. Well, don't go anywhere. We're going to go and talk to Chris for just a moment because he's going to explain a little bit about how we're going to play our games tonight. As you know, we always play 3 games. 3 games. 2 of them are usually themed, but the first one's usually bingo in any direction. Chris, how are you? We missed you last week.
It has been too long.
Of course, Eli did a great job. Eli came in just like totally almost It was almost like, ooh, dear, I hope Chris doesn't see this because it did go pretty smoothly.
There was a question whether as to I would have my job or
worried.
not after that. So
we were all a little bit worried. We thought,
I'm still worried. I feel like I'm being tested tonight, but I'm so happy to be back. It's good to be here.
Well, I love you and you're sleeveless. Thank you. And then you have to explain to people where you were last week because it's kind of exciting.
Well, thank you for that. So I'm running for office here in Wilton Manors. And so I had a candidate forum where I just had the opportunity to share my vision and values for the city. So thank you for that opportunity to share that.
Isn't that cool? And so was it like a little debate or what was it?
You know, more or less, they asked everybody the same questions and we all got to share answers. But we live in a great city where everybody gets along. So it is a very friendly race, which is good.
Was it as organized as our bingo? Did it operate as smoothly? Was it online?
It was online, yeah. It was not quite as flawless as this, but that's because Eli was making all that flawless in my absence.
Right. We were absorbing so much of the bandwidth.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you could even get online.
I tried to. I barely did. Yeah.
So many people are doing this.
So let's tell everybody how they can play. They can go to Play Bingo Bonanza right now to get their card and play along. They can do it from their phone or their computer. They can watch, play, and chat there. When you're there, you're going to get to play on 3 different cards at once. So there's 3 games. Each of the 3 games you get to play for 3 cards. Between every one of the games, you'll have an opportunity to tip, which we greatly appreciate. You can do that by clicking the number right there on the board. You can also do that via PayPal by going to paypal.me/richfieldtips or Venmo @richfieldtips. Any way you can do it, we appreciate. What we also appreciate is people that share bingo. I'm in the chat and being able to say hi to everybody like Amber and everybody that I've missed for the last 2 weeks was really great. So we love it when we share this and we invite new friends. And you can do that by hitting share on Facebook. And when you do that, you'll have a chance to win something from Miss Richfield's treasure chest. And I actually, I think we have a second-time winner now with Jeff Shuck from Rehoboth, because I think Jeff just won a couple weeks ago too.
He's won twice?
I'm pretty sure. If he hasn't won twice, he's been very close to it. But I think I remember Jeff from Rehoboth. So we appreciate Jeff.
And we appreciate that. And is he the one that shared the most?
He shared the most. Yeah, he was the share winner.
Wow. Yeah. And when you share a lot, then we do keep track of that. We do want to keep track of that and thank you. But a lot of people, if you don't have tons of people to share with, just sharing at all is just really helpful to us. Just bring some new friends in, because some people busy some night and they don't make it. It's just good to have some new, fresh friends with us who want to play bingo.
Speaking of fresh friends, by the way, people can also join us in the on-camera studio audience by emailing Richfield Live.
Hang on, I'm sorry. Chris, hold on just a moment. I think it might be, I'm hoping it's not one of those sales calls. Hello, it's Miss Richfield 1980. Oh, yeah, it's okay, it's Naomi. Go ahead and explain. What were you just saying? So
if people want to be a part of the live audience, they can email to missrichfieldlive@gmail.com. Brendan, that's for you and anybody else that wants to join us. I hope you'll do that. And Eli, who handles all of our casting, they'll reach out to you for more information.
Great. Well, she is got her harp and she's ready to go. Naomi, and she just loves you, Chris.
I love her and I miss her.
I know. And she usually, by the end of the night, is seeing 2 of you. So she loves that. And because she's a bit of a, anyway. And so I'm so excited. She calls in, and which is really great. But is there anything else we need to talk about, Chris, before we have Naomi play the harp for us?
I think we're good.
I think we're good for starters. Yes. Okay, because it's going to be bingo in any direction. Okay, bingo and it's bingo in any direction. And then Naomi is going to hang on a minute. Okay, you ready, Naomi? Okay, I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Play it, Naomi. Play it. There we go. Perfect. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. And Chris says hello. Okay. So what we're going to do, she plays for A Mighty Fortress Is Our God Lutheran Church in Richfield. She plays for the 10:30 contemporary service for our liturgical dancers. Anyway, and so it's bingo in any direction, which is super easy. Oh, we're right on time, too. So we're going to call out all of the letters. Make sure you mark your free space, okay? Make sure you mark your free space because you already have one right in the middle there. You can see there it is. You can see the design there. And it's bingo in any direction, which means we're going to call all of the balls, okay? Now, some of the time we just have a special thing where we only call certain balls, but we're going to call all of them. And if you have this first ball, make sure that you scream out and say, wee! You got to say wee it because it's good luck to get the first ball. N44. You can play on up to 3 squares. N44. N44, everybody. And let's go back to CJ, who we were talking to first before we talk to anyone else. Look at you, CJ. You're fabulous. And now I know that you said you're a podcast gal. So you're doing a little broadcast of your own?
So I think of myself as less of a podcast gal and more of a podcast being. That said, I do host a queer education / interview podcast called My Gay Agenda. What we do is bi-weekly, we interview members of the queer community to figure out what it is that's on the gay agenda that like conservatives keep talking about.
Well, you know what's on the agenda right now?
Yeah.
G59.
G59, we'll add it.
How I do that? How I fold in bingo with just everyday conversations?
It was such a natural segue.
With my friends, and I just start yelling numbers and letters out just to keep myself fresh and current. But tell me what now, when you say my gay agenda, what, hang on, let me call one more. G, everybody. G49, G49. What do you mean by that, my agenda, my gay agenda? What is a gay agenda? What is that? I'm thinking...
So a gay agenda can really be anything that is on a gay person's agenda, right? Like we have people who come onto the show with like very political agendas, which I think is absolutely amazing. Like they'll come on and say, my gay agenda is to break the binary. My agenda is to end capitalism. My agenda is that Black Lives Matter, all that. And I love it. Other times they're like, I want to pet my cat more, or I want to learn to play guitar.
It could be anything.
It can be literally anything, and we just add it to the gay.
B7? Could it be B7? It could be B7. B7.
Yes.
And so then because I was thinking, a lot of the homos like bring Mike, Mickey, and Mike on with us, because they're homos, they're gay. I think I'm just going by the immense amount of art on your back walls.
The Angela Lansbury t-shirt.
And you look at CJ, what do you have behind you? Books? What?
I have books. I have games. I have an array of stuffed animals. I have a piano. I have a lot going on here.
Now go back to Mickey and now look at Mickey and Mike. Just art. Just art. That's all it is. I know. It's not super deep, but it's pretty. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of meaning there, but at the same time, it's lovely. I mean, it's they have their friends over. It's beautiful. And what is now, you guys, are you involved politically at all? Now we've got CJ, who's got that podcast going. Do you get involved? Do you, voice you have an agenda? Hang on. B4. Where is it? There it is. B4, everybody. B4. Do you have anything, Mickey and Mike, that you...
I work for the city of Indianapolis, so I intersect with politics quite a bit.
Now, you all are responsible for the Vice President of the United States, which in and of itself,
we got rid of him.
I'm surprised he didn't just close down the state and just put her up for sale or something, or mail it to New Jersey. Maybe take Indianapolis and mail it. But the city's not really conservative, right? The state is really conservative, but the city of Indianapolis isn't so conservative, is it?
That's
B5,
right.
B5.
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit over the last 20 years.
It is conservative or it's not?
No, it's gotten less conservative. So we have a Democrat mayor.
You know why I know that? Is because cities just tend to be a little more accepting because people like, where am I pointing to? CJ, me, you, we all live in cities, and it's just a little more, I think people just get along a little better because it's just more different people, right?
Yeah.
I think that helps. And then what do you guys do? I think you said that somebody's a curator.
Yeah, I used to work for an contemporary art museum, and now I run my own business consulting.
Oh, is that where they put a banana on the wall? They duct tape a banana to the wall?
Yeah.
N38.
Other than bananas, it can be hot dogs too. I'm not.
I think you need to be on CJ's show.
Yeah.
Don't you, CJ? Wouldn't it be great to have because you're over there in Philly, right? Aren't you a Philly gal? Where are you?
I'm
you're
an
New Jersey.
East
That's right, you're
Philadelphia
New Jersey.
gremlin.
You're New Jersey. It's Finlay and Theo. So you're New Jersey. So that would be great to have Indianapolis on your show.
I would absolutely love that. Y'all want to hop in? Let's go.
Let's do this.
Have my people call your people and vice versa.
And then what else do? You got somebody's a civil servant and somebody works at an art gallery. That sounds like a crazy couple. G46.
We're loads of laughs.
I was going to say, I mean, the follow-up questions are just, I'm wanting to just jot them down because there's so many in my head right now. You know what I mean? I mean, you got boring old CJ over here, with their contract. And then you've got this interesting couple that works for the government. And then what else do you do? You work for an art gallery this modern art thing. What's that? What gallery?
So I used to work for a contemporary art museum, and
N34.
The museum went out of business during COVID, so the museum permanently.
Really?
Yeah. So we went.
What did they do with all the urinals they had on the wall and the bananas taped to the? What did they do with all that stuff?
Well, I had to open my own business because opening your own business during the middle of a pandemic is a really lovely thing to do. So I now run my own organization where I am curating art shows and working with corporate entities here in the city. So I took over contracts from the museum.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Wow. It's all in the timing. It's all in the timing. All right. Everybody. G50. Got a lot of G's and B's. G56. Remember, it's bingo in any direction. Just get 5 in a row for crying out loud. Don't make it harder than it is. G56. So, okay. So you started this new job. Thank God. Thank God one of you works for the government then.
Right.
Right? Because so far they haven't gone out of business.
I never hear that.
We're not holding out hope for too much longer. I mean, the government may be going out of it. You probably talk about politics in your podcast. Do you, CJ?
All the time.
Yeah, like all the time. She'd be perfect. You could talk. And Indianapolis, you got a lot of explaining to do.
Just go onto my show and hold an entire city and state accountable,
Exactly. Well, I also want them to tell us about, now, do you know Mike Pence personally? Have you ever talked to him?
I've never talked to him, no.
Have you talked to Mother, his wife, Mother?
No.
You haven't talked to her either?
Governor, but I didn't.
That's what he calls her, Mother.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you
and they thought the gays were going to ruin marriage.
Well, I know, and you think they, them is a pronoun. How'd you like mother as your pronoun? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and everybody, N35. Well, while we're doing this, let's bring on Theo. Let's bring on one more couple. Theo and Finley. Are you together? Are you a couple?
Yes.
You are. Fabulous. And then CJ, now you said you've got somebody, but they're not here right now. Are you dating?
That's correct.
Oh, that's nice. Well, that's great that you two have each other. That's beautiful. How long? You look like two, completely different sizes, or it's just someone close to the camera?
It's very, very true.
Because I thought we could do a whole show on tall and short sometime, too. This is the gender show. This is gender, but we could have you back on when we have, people of different sizes that are dating. Because, we're going to run out of themes, and that's going to be a theme one of these days. And 33. How long have you two been at it, you, Finley and Theo? Has it been a long time?
Yeah, 15 months.
15 months. I love that.
Over a year, yeah.
I like that. 15 months is a long time, right? That's over a year. I mean, isn't it? I don't know. I can't do that.
In gay time, that's a century. So, that's something to take into account.
Most times that's true, but I have a feeling Mickey and Mike, how long have you two been at it? A long time, I bet. Oh, everybody. 70.
16 years.
Wow.
16 years?
Yeah, married for 6.
That's run its course. Okay, 16 years. That's right, 1-6. 1-6, Naomi. 16. I could hear her. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my gosh. Hang on. We got a bingo. Oh, my gosh. We got a bingo. I can't believe it. Who's the bingo, Chris? Who is it?
So we have two bingos. Our first bingo is Juan Carlos from Medellin.
From where?
From Medellin, if I'm saying that right. I'm trying.
Wow, you make it sound dirty. I love it. I wonder where it is.
In Colombia. And then our second one is
Colombia?
Yeah.
That's right. That's Ohio and Indianapolis are right next to each other.
Right near there. Yeah.
How weird is that?
Crazy. And then the next one is Molly, but from Rochester, Minnesota. I didn't know there was a Rochester.
No. Yeah, that's where the Mayo Clinic is. You ever heard of the Mayo Clinic?
No, but it's not where they make Tonka trucks. That's different.
No, that's a different area. That's
where they make the mayonnaise.
Right, probably.
Okay.
Hot dog, we got a wiener. Let's play that music, Mr. Music Man. Let's.
Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, don't you grab your balls and play.
Well, I am so happy that we have a Minnesota winner. We got a couple Minnesota gals in our audience tonight as well. And I'm so glad all of you have joined us. And between games, it's always a good time to tip me. And because I do share, it takes 5 of us to run this crazy thing. And so we do share it. We appreciate that. It also validates what we do. You know what I mean? When you just throw a few dollars our way, it makes us feel like, okay, thank you so much. You appreciate all our work. Because it actually is a surprising amount of work that we all do. We all get together. And, I'm busy typing up the script, and Chris is busy. He does all the computer stuff, and Eli helps us with all the online stuff with the guests and everything and the chat. And Joe, who you don't even see, does all the fancy artwork. And Matt, my manager, takes 15%. So so Chris, we have some special givers that we want to thank tonight, right?
That's right. But before I jump into those, I'll look up our special givers. Eli, did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
Sure. I wanted to toss in there that this is a good time to talk about when you accidentally mess up someone's pronouns, because that's the thing that happens all the time. It happens to me all the time too. And it's something that I think people feel really awkward about. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to feel, they feel embarrassed maybe. So I just want to toss out there that if you find yourself in a situation and you mess up someone's pronouns, like if I was talking to CJ and I kept calling CJ she,
right.
If I did it, I would just say,
which could happen.
I'm they, and I would correct it. And then I wouldn't have to make it like a big deal.
No.
Yeah. It's like if someone just got married and their maiden name changed, you just are like, oh, that's right. Now you're so-and-so. And you fix it.
Exactly. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. If you could hold on, don't go anywhere. But I know we've got some people we want to thank tonight. And I want to make sure that we do that. We don't go past that because they're really helpful. And there are bingo boosters tonight. Do you remember?
That's right. So
exactly.
We appreciate all of our bingo boosters, including Jim from Groton, Mass. Kevin Murdoch, my good friend from Oakland Park. That's nice to see your name up there. Thank you, Kevin, for your support. Brian from Brick, Robert from Pittsburgh. Lots of Pittsburgh people. That's what it's about. James from Little Rock and Jared from Houston. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much for what you do. That makes this possible. It is very meaningful to all of us. Thank you.
And we also have other people that Chris and Joe and Eli and Matt work with who do shows, and there's a group called Erotic who are amazing. They're so talented. They're also going to be doing a show, and they're friends of mine, so I always want to advertise them anytime they're going to do something. This Sunday, as you can see, at 9 o'clock Eastern, and Monday they also have is that a replay or is that another one that they do? How does that work, Chris? You can probably explain that because you're more involved.
Yeah, so the Monday is an encore for those that aren't able to watch the live performance at Sunday night. They're both great performances.
Exactly. All right. So that is wonderful. And then you can also, I think you get tickets and then it's just a suggested price. And so some people pay a little bit more because they just want to help out, because all of us are working on limited work these days. We're all doing everything.
It's hard to believe when we started this 28 bingos ago, we thought that we would not be here doing this today. So thank you for all those that are.
Thank you so much. And of course, we are going to spin the wheel because we always talk about something. And this always helps us find an idea of what to talk about. And as you can see, we have symbols on here tonight. There's a symbol. It's a woman's symbol with a fist. Here's a beautiful heart, and it's got a special symbol in the heart. Here's a symbol that looks like it's all the symbols together. Here's a figure 8 with a plus and an arrow, and then there's Lewis. So I'm going to spin the wheel, and we're going to see what we're going to talk about tonight. Ooh, we're going to talk about whatever this is. Chris, what is the question tonight for this symbol? What are we asking tonight?
So that question is very clearly, who is your favorite transgender celebrity? Is it Amanda Lepore, Chaz Bono, Laverne Cox, or somebody else? And if it's somebody else and you're on Facebook or on the website, tell us in chat who your favorite transgender celebrity is.
Well, and while we're doing that, and you can also there's others that you can type in your own idea and we'll flash some of this up. But Eli, come back and talk to me for a minute, because I know that you have a special connection with the whole new pronoun lingo bingo world. And explain to us a little bit about that, because when I first got to know you, I've sort of known you, how many years? I've sort of known you through some of the revelations in your life, which I think has been so much fun for me.
Yeah, so I've been out openly transgender for 3-4 years now, but there are some VH tapes of me at 4 years old insisting that I'm not a girl. I'm not a cowgirl, I'm a cowboy mom. So there's some very early footage that it was quite clear.
It might have been a hint.
Right.
Somewhere.
It may have been a hint. I don't know why no one saw it coming. But yeah, I am transgender non-binary, which means that I am neither a man nor a woman. I fall in between those two things, or some other planet entirely. And so my pronouns are they and them because they're not he and she.
And tell us how. So when you first decided, I want to live more of who I am, more be honest to my soul, be honest to my heart. How did you come to the decision to do the they them thing? Because that's kind of a big deal, you know. Because a lot of us have a hard time making that leap to bringing that all into our conversation. Sometimes that's hard.
It was very hard. What helped me actually a lot is the more representation that trans people have in the media. And I got to know some other artists that were trans and non-binary. And I saw, you know, that you could be trans, non-binary and continue to just be a regular human who did things. And so I'm really grateful to all of those people who just opened up my eyes to the fact that it existed.
And what a difference it makes when people come out and talk about things, right? And don't keep things all bottled up inside. Because, you know, there were transgendered people, you know, way back. I think of Renee Richards, and there was like famous people way back when. And it was a lot of just not talking about it, a lot of moving to another city where you didn't know anybody, where you could sort of just start your life over. But how wonderful to be able to be in the same place. Because when I first knew you, you were Emily.
That's true. That is called a dead name. So in the trans community, a name that you were assigned at birth that you no longer use is called your dead name. And generally, that can be triggering for people to be associated with a name that was at a time when they were very unhappy. You know what I mean? So you should be careful if someone close to you or someone you know changes their name, to work really hard to make sure you use their actual name and not their dead name, to let them know that you love them the way they are and not the old them that they were pretending to be for however long.
Well, one of the things that I met a friend whose daughter became non-binary. So I don't know, they, them, right? And this beautiful, beautiful person I got to know. And that's how I began to understand it with you too. Wait, where am I? There you go. You. I know it's opposite. It's very confusing, but you helped me, and then my friend's child also helped me. And one of the things they said was, I don't necessarily feel, male or female. I feel somewhere in the middle. And I was thinking about how we draw lines. We draw lines, right?
Yeah.
And remember, years ago, if you study history, it was black and white. Everything, white and black and white, or colored. A lot of times colored, they said, but it, basically meant white and black. And then all the different ways we separate each other, and men and women are one of those lines. In my mind, I'm just saying, well, if we just blur the lines a little bit, maybe we treat each other like people. Instead of treating each other like men and women, we just treat each other like people. And then we got a little more of this going on. You know what I'm saying? A little more of this.
And I mean, gender is really a performance when you get down to it.
Yeah, our friend RuPaul, she said, you're born naked and it's all drag after that.
Drag. It's true.
Isn't that wisely said? Well, listen, thank you so much. And I know Chris is going to join us. Why don't you just lob Chris in too, so the three of us can be together. A little threesome action going on here. Yeah. And Chris, what I saw a bunch of names popping up of people who thought of many, many different transgender actors and activists and so forth that were coming up on the screen.
Yeah.
What was the vote?
So the vote was Laverne Cox at 52%.
I love Laverne Cox.
Chaz at 20%.
Yay!
Amanda at 11%. But Eli was clearly the favorite for sharing with us all of this really kind of helpful information. So thank you, Eli.
We love it. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being open and sharing with us, Eli. We really appreciate it. And I feel like it's a real bonus for people that watch every week, because they get to hear about Chris and his run for office. They get to hear about you, now. And we wish Joe a happy birthday a few weeks ago. Just slowly we get to know everybody.
We're all family here.
We are. We're an excellent little family.
Yeah,
totally
with great taste in tank tops. It's a great
family. Yes.
And everybody's in sleeveless but me. I am not in sleeveless. Well, listen, we do have to move on. I wish we could yak some more, but we got to play 2 more games. I know, but we're going to hunker down. We're going to do it. And the next one we play, you're going to love this next game. You're going to love it because it's an equal rights game. And that's what we're talking about today, is equal rights. And of course, that means we're only going to call I's, N's, and G's. There's no free space. And we're going to crank through this because we have a lot to do tonight. And we want to talk to everybody, of course. Here we go. Hang on a minute. Let me get, hello. Are you still there, Naomi? Okay, you're going to open the next game. Okay, can you open okay, everybody listen. She's going to open the next game. That was lovely. Thank you. Crack open another beer. On me. Okay. So here we go. Now we're only going to call I's, N's, and G's, okay? I's, N's, and G's. And you know who we're going to talk to first? We're going to talk to our lesbian friends from Minneapolis, who I haven't even had much of a chance to talk to yet. But I want to talk to my girls, and I want to say G, everybody, G59. G59, it's I's, N's, and G's. It's the equal sign, I's, N's, and G's. And one of the things we have in Minneapolis is a great big equal rights campaign dinner every year, HRC dinner. And I don't know if you girls have ever been to that, but that is a beautiful dinner. It's huge. It's at the convention center. They always get some big fancy person to, sing and speak. And never been asked. I know. Can you believe it? Me, of all people, who would probably do it for a discount if they asked. All right. G, everybody. G56. Girl.
You need to change that.
Yeah, I know. You're living in the North Loop, are you? What are you doing for work? Does it tell me in my notes here? It doesn't tell me. It just says lesbians. That's all. Need we say more? G, everybody, G47. And, but we, have a beautiful community, a community of transgender people in Minneapolis. You know, I have some friends that, you know, my friend Barbara Satin, we've got a bunch of friends who are just dear people. Here we go. And everybody, and 31, and 31. Anyway, and tell me what you girls do for work. What keeps you busy there in Mini?
Well, I'm a
hang on,
bartender.
I can't hear myself think with this thing that's rattling along
I'm
here.
a bartender and she's a drug dealer.
What do you do?
I'm a bartender and she's a drug dealer.
A drug dealer. I love that. N39, N39. So what kind of drugs are the lesbians peddling these days? I'm thinking the Pampering with codeine. That's what I take.
Oh, Miss Richfield.
The Pampering with codeine. I'm telling you, hang on, don't go anywhere. I-27, I-27. How long have you girls been together? Has it been a long time?
10 years.
How many?
10.
10 years?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's really beautiful, too. And 30, how'd you meet? And 37, and 37.
She was my bartender.
How people meet.
She was my bartender. She won me over with her margarita.
Wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Let me get some balls going here. Hang on. Nobody go anywhere. Because I got to hear about this. Okay, there we go. Now I've got a little roll going here, so I won't have to roll that so often. What bar do you work at?
Right now I'm at the Smack Shack.
Now, where is that? I-24. I-24.
It's in the North Loop.
Is it in the North Loop? I-24. What? I haven't been to that tavern. Is it fancy? It's in the North Loop. If people that don't know what we're talking about, in Minneapolis, just north of downtown, there were a bunch of warehouses that they all turned into these fancy places where these ladies live. It's a beautiful area, and it's also super, super fun. Lots of fun restaurants there. It was kind of, remember, it used to be kind of dodgy around there, but then the lesbians moved in and jazzed it up a little bit. I-16, I-16. Do you live in a warehouse?
We don't.
Where do you live then if you don't live in a warehouse?
We live in an apartment building just right by the river on the east side.
It all up. You know that Mississippi River? Good God in heaven. You know what I'm saying? That used to be nutty down there, and it's just real nice now. I rode my bike down there the other day when I was still at home because, you know, I was at home so much longer than I'm usually at home because of the whole chlamydia 19 that's going around, you know? And that we shut down. Remember Minneapolis? I mean, the whole state of Minnesota. He shut us down. G, everybody, G51, G51. Don't forget, it's the equal rights game we're playing. Equal rights. That's the design. You can see it right. Where is it? That way. This way. There it is. That way. It's opposite. Isn't it weird when you, like, this whole thing? You should try to fix your hair, you know, in this. It's just, I don't touch anything because I'll be spinning it around, you know. So anyway. So where were you girls? Were you raised in Minneapolis, in Minnesota?
Oh, I wish. I grew up in Nebraska.
I-25, Nebraska. I have a friend that watches from Nebraska. Jamie, my friend Jamie, she watches from Nebraska. Lincoln, maybe? I can't remember. Is there a Lincoln, Nebraska? I don't know.
There is a Lincoln, Nebraska.
I don't remember. Wherever she's happy. She's happy. She's happy. If you're happy, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where you live, as long as you're happy. So which one of you was born in Nebraska?
That's me, and Chris is from Texas.
Whoa! Where in Texas?
Fort Worth.
Oh, Fort Worth. Oh, I've been to Fort. I love Fort Worth. That's good. All right, G, everybody. G49. G49. Well, that's fantastic. And then now, hang on a minute. Let me bring in Desi. That's the other person. Desi, get in here and talk to us for crying out loud.
No, I'm
like,
sorry.
I feel like there's, oh, geez, here comes, oh, Lord, here comes the cat. Here comes the cat on the used number board. You know why? Because mommy has wieners. Mommy has her wiener, and he knows. He's such a good boy. So anyway, so Desi, have you ever been to Minneapolis?
I have never been to Minneapolis, but now I'm excited to go.
I was going to say, now you know Chris and Sarah. So
exactly.
see, that's a good thing. I-26. I-26.
I've already booked the plane ticket.
I was going to say, and what type of work do you do that keeps you there in, you're a grad student. What are you studying again now?
I'm studying dramaturgy.
Really? G,
Yep.
Everybody, G50, G50.
Yep.
So what do you do at the end of that? Do you sell insurance? What are you doing?
It's a theater arts thing. I'm hoping to be
theater. I've heard of that. I know theater. Hang on. Don't explain anything. I got to get more balls. Don't go anywhere. Just hang on a minute.
I hope to be like a dramaturg for a theater or, other things.
Hang on a minute. G50. Oh my God. Hang on a minute. Oh, look who's here. Look at Mr. Lewis. Oh, isn't he cute? So, Lewis, look up here. For crying out loud. Look over here, Lewis. Look how cute he is. Isn't he cute? Look at mommy's wiener. Look at that. Oh, look how handsome he is. Can you stand it? I mean, it's a good-looking cat. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, all right. So who won, Chris?
So our winner is Cody from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, another person from Columbus.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, that first one, what was that? Where was that? That was a different part of Columbus.
Yeah, Medellin is definitely a different part. Definitely a different part.
Yeah, different neighborhood.
Yeah.
So who else won, or was it just one?
That was it for this one. So
for the equal rights, you just need one. Hot dog, we got a winner. Give it to us, man. Give it to us.
Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial swords to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, don't you grab your ball and play.
So glad, and I'm just trying to get organized here because Lewis is knocking all the balls down. But
while you're organized there, I just wanted to say, thank you for everyone. There's been so many nice comments in the chat. That's really awesome. I mean, this is such a fun thing that we get to do. Sometimes we have performers. Sometimes we've had some very attractive performers who take off their shirt. It has always been really fun. It's been really fun that we could have this conversation, which is a really important conversation, and it's awesome that everybody loved it.
Isn't it nice? It is nice.
It is nice. And so we appreciate everyone kind of showing their support, making all this possible. You can show your support by clicking amount tip at the bottom of your card. You can Venmo Richfield Tips or PayPal.me Richfield Tips. We appreciate your support. We appreciate being a part of the conversation.
Exactly. And we also want to say that for those of you that are winning prizes, that's great. You get a mask or something nice. But if you want to buy one of those things, I've got a store, and you can go to my web page, which is mitchrichfield.com, and go to my store. Or if you're in P-Town, you can go to a little store called Cool as a Moose, which is so much fun. If you're in P-Town, it's right in the middle of town on Standish and Commercial. Standish and Commercial. It's so close. And, hang on a minute. Standish and Commercial Street. Oh, dear God. And you'll absolutely be so glad you did, because it's a wonderful place. And then, but if you can't make it to P-Town, you can always come. Oh, look at this. We got the magic mirror out. You can always, if you can't make it to P-Town, you can go to my webpage and you know what? I'm seeing all sorts of friends now. Before I could see friends, but now I can see lots more. Hi, Diane. I see Diane. Are you there, Diane? Diane from Pittsburgh, yes, and Kevin from Saratoga Springs, and Cody from Columbus, Ohio. Hi, Cody. What if that's the guy who won bingo? And Grace from Kalamazoo, and Dwight from Dallas, and Michael from Appleton, Wisconsin, and I see my friend Larry in L.A., and I see Alice in Dorchester always watches. I see Teresa. Hi, Teresa, from, there you are far away in Truro. Oh, that's fancy, that Truro area. Those are lesbians with money. Let me tell you, that's a beautiful neck of the woods over there. And David, hi, David, and Eric, and so many friends. New York, Chelsea. Chelsea, that's where the old gays are. God bless you. And I know there's so many. And from Maui, from Hawaii, and from, and then we're getting real again, from Ohio and Idaho. I didn't know we had friends watching from Idaho. I'm so glad in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Hi, Rehoboth Beach. Because we've got friends all over the United States. And you know what this reminds us all of? That there's good people everywhere. You don't have to just live in a big city. I love Atlanta. But we got friends in North Dakota, in Fargo. We got friends in Idaho. We got friends down in Alabama, in North Carolina. We got friends all over the United States. My friend Jamie in Nebraska, where our lesbian friends are from. And of course, our friend Desi, who is in New Jersey that we just chatted with. So many. And our friends in California, we want to tell you, we're thinking about you during your terrible heat and your fires and everything. And I know some of you out there are feeling a little down and you're feeling a little lonely and you might be unemployed or you might be like me. You don't have as much work as you want to get more work and you just don't have it. And I see you and I see if you're not feeling good, don't feel alone. Don't feel alone. We're seeing you through the magic mirror and we're sending you love. We're sending you love. Lewis is too. Look at Lewis is looking through the mirror too. Look at Lewis. Look at here. We'll put Lewis in the mirror. There you go, Lewis. There. Oh, he's so cooperative. He's so cooperative. Why don't you ever mind mommy? Why don't you help me? Anyway, so thank you. Well, there he is. There he's coming back. Oh, he likes the magic mirror. He loves the magic mirror, don't you, buddy? And and I know a lot of you have pets too, and you don't need a magic mirror when you have a pet because they're just uncontrollable love. That's what you are. So anyway, I wanted to tell you that I have a special presentation to do tonight. We have one more game of bingo, and it's a real easy game. It'll go quick. But before we do that, I wanted to share with you that last year, I did a show and that was very special. It was called Gender Fluids, and it was celebrating genders, old and new. And when we did that, we made a beautiful little educational animation that I want to share with you today. So with no further ado, let's rock on with Miss Richfield 1981. Now I have a neighbor named Logan Taylor Butterfield, and I could say that Logan married Justice Schuyler Pinkerton, and they bought a house and made it a home, and now that house belongs to Logan Taylor Butterfield and Justice Schuyler Pinkerton. Whew, I could say that, but I don't have to, because I have pronouns and I can say he married her and they found a home and now it is theirs, and they're so happy. You see, he, her, and it are pronouns replacing the nouns. Logan Taylor Butterfield and Justice Schuyler Pinkerton, very proper nouns, and it is a pronoun replacing the noun house. Well, actually trailer. Now Logan and Jesse have a neighbor named Peyton Ashley Witherspoon, and Peyton Ashley Witherspoon has a cockapoo named Schnickerdoodle, and I could say she rescued a dog, but I can't say that, because she's not her nor is she him. She prefers they. So they has it and it has they, and they're in love and they're so happy. So I was thinking to myself, what should my preferred pronoun be? Well, I'm a beauty queen. My title's Miss Richfield 1981. So you can just call me Miss Richfield 1981, and you can call me tonight, because I'm so pretty. Look at my sash and crown. So one day I decided, hey, let's have a party at my trailer. And I invited all the neighbors and said, come bring your friends. And that's how I met these three guys, Matthew, Luke, and John. And I thought, wow, they must be real great friends or apostles or a drug ring. But I can't say that. Turns out they're one family, because each one loves the other three. So I could say that Matthew loves Luke and John, and Luke loves Matthew and John loves Matthew and Luke, and phew! Or I could say that he loves him, and they love him, and he loves them. So they're a happy throuple in this very happy town. Then I met their friend Tom, who wore a leather harness and a whip. And dragging his friend by a leash, Tom said, this is Rick. Then I saw Peyton's lady friend and I said, she has a beard. And Peyton said, like me, their preferred pronoun is they. So they for you alone and they together is a fit. But I'm pretty sure with Tom and Rick, the pronouns him and it. Then Logan and Jesse invited students from our local school, and I said, hey there, Mr. Cool, tell me about you, him, and her. And they said, actually, my pronouns per, and as for Z, please call Z, sir. And as for Zim, Z prefers Z, and E goes by M, and E. Okie doke, I think I might have this. Z, Zim, and Zer are just a few new pronouns, 'cause we can all choose our own way to replace our proper nouns. So we were having quite a time, me and all these new friends of mine, eating and laughing and shouting pronouns at each other like, what's in this green bean casserole? And who's ready to play Twister? And which one of you made that mess on the living room rug? And I could say that I love each friend by their proper name, or I could say that he and she are friends with they, and E has Zim, and Z has per, and he and him have him and it, and they love me and I love them. We have love until the end. And with so many new pronouns, I have so many new friends. Thank you, pronouns. Hey, how about that?
That was
kind of crazy.
so educational. That was so good.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah,
baby.
buddy.
That's what it's about. You know it. Well, listen, one of the things I want to make sure that all our friends of all our genders know is that we're in your corner. We're in your corner. Yep, we're going to make sure that we're helping our friends. And in fact, that is our last game of bingo. We have time for just one more quick game of bingo.
To say, speaking of helping our friends, there was a friend of mine who's trans, who is a beautiful dancer and singer and performer, and they were going to join us tonight, but they have been experiencing some struggles being displaced from their housing, and so they were unable to join us. But everybody has been so supportive of this show tonight that we're going to, instead of kicking part of our tips to a performer, we're going to kick part of our tips to my friend Roman, who is an actor and artist in the Philly and New York area, to help them out right now while everything is so hard. So we so appreciate your tips.
Crazy.
And I think Roman appreciates them, and all of your support is just really great.
It's a crazy time, isn't it? If you are at all somebody who is on the fringes, you know, either with employment or anything, it's just a terrible time, because it's like it's just
so hard.
It's so hard, right? You know,
I am very lucky I have this show to help me out, because everybody gets to have this.
Exactly. This is helping me out too. It's helping you and I and all the other artists out, being online. And we thank people who are willing to come online and have fun with us and be real with us when we're real like this, and we're talking about some fun, interesting things. I think it's so much fun.
Our audience is great. Our audience is fantastic. I was just looking through the Facebook comments, and everyone is so lovely.
That's so great. It's so great. And we have such variety of shows. I love that. We have different things. Last time we had Lorna Luft on, and, you know, now next week, who knows what we'll do. But this week, I'm so glad. I wish my best for Roman, and hope that we can help you a little bit financially to help get you that's nothing worse than that feeling of not knowing where you're going to live or how you're going to make it to tomorrow. That's tough. And for most of us, we're not at that point. So if you can give, we'll certainly be sharing some of our revenue tonight with our friend Roman. And I don't even know Roman, but I will know Roman, because I know Roman will be on one of these days, and we'll be able to. And I think actually Roman's a performer, so maybe we'll get to not only see and meet Roman, but see Roman perform, which would be exciting. We're in your corner, Roman. We're in your corner, everybody. Everybody out there who's struggling, who's hanging in there. We're in your corner, and we're playing 4 corners, just to remind you of that. 4 corners, which means that we're only going to call B's and O's, everybody. B's and O's. And we're going to start with B14. And this is not a very long game, so hang in there. B14. And let me bring back on the screen, Desi, we didn't have a chance to really visit with you all that much, and I want to visit with you a little bit more and find out. I know you said you're working in theater. Now, this whole thing that you're studying, hang on a second, 065. I'm going to be calling numbers while we talk. 065. And tell me, Desi, what does that do? What will your degree, what will it let you do in theater? I don't know what this means, this whole, it sounds like dermatology, but I don't think it has to do with skin. I feel like it has to do with something else. Oh, 62. Oh, 62.
It's made
What
my
does it
story
have to
clear,
do with?
so I recommend it. It's a lot about research for shows and a lot of tech-based work. So I'm very excited.
Research for shows.
Yes,
what kind of research would you do for a show?
Like historically, and at sometimes, or contextually with politics or societal rules.
And what do they call that? What are you studying?
Dramaturgy.
Oh, that's so interesting. I've learned so much tonight. 074. 074. I didn't even know that I didn't even know that was a job.
I learned about it in my undergrad while I was studying musical theater.
And so what will you do with that? Then will you work with a theater company? 064.
Currently I'm working freelance for a couple companies in Philadelphia, and I could definitely get like a permanent position at a company, or I can just continue to freelance.
Oh, or you could just continue to freelance and work. Have you ever worked for the and where are you? You said you're New Jersey. Oh, so you've got lots of theaters. If you're New Jersey.
I went to school in Philadelphia, so I have a lot of connections there as well.
Oh, and Philly's and it's all close by. Everything's close by. Philly, exactly. New York, and my friends in Rehoboth Beach, they're not far from you either, by the way. Over in that area, in DC, that whole area. 066. 066, everybody. 066. It's all close by. Hang on a minute. I got to get a few more balls. Oh, there goes Lewis. Hang on a minute. We've got a few more O's. Remember, we're doing 4 corners.
4 corners.
4 corners. Exactly.
4 corners.
Now, what type of work were you doing? Now, are you single? That's the other thing I was going to ask. 073. 073.
I am single, so all you ladies and gents out there, hit me up.
Do you have a preference in that department at all?
Breathing.
That kind of sounds like it sounds like my requirement. Well, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Let me bring Mickey and Mike back. Mickey and Mike. They're 2 fellows. They found each other.
They did. Any tips for a young queer trying to make it in the world?
061. Did you hear that? Do you have any advice?
The way we met doesn't even exist anymore, does it? It was on MySpace.
Oh, you're kidding.
True story.
Wow.
You're a MySpace success story? Go on.
You must be really old.
I am.
069. That means the same thing it always has. 069. Everybody's a winner. Woo! That's something you should get. You should get the Acme whistle. That's just good. If you're in theater, you should have the Acme whistle. Everyone needs one of those. Hang on a minute. So now, do you boys have any? Because you worked in the arts, right, Mickey?
I did. Mike did. Yeah.
Mike did. You worked in the arts, so you know, right?
Yeah. It's a hard business right now, but yeah.
And you gotta hang in there.
Yeah. But it's also an adaptable industry, so it will always change and grow. And artists are still going to keep making art.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And we hope they keep making art, because art is how we get through, right? That's how we survive. Everybody, B13, B13. And let's bring on our lesbians as well from Minneapolis. And let's just bring everybody in. Let's bring everybody in. I feel like I just want to see everybody at the same time. Look at everyone. Look how fabulous. And we've just got a real artistic group. You know what I mean? A lot of people are involved in art. The lesbians are drinkers, but everyone else, I think, is art. I think it's amazing. I think that's beautiful. And, it's just good to have the lesbians balance it all out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all artists, B12, everybody. B12.
I think being lesbian is an art.
Oh,
that's true.
Oh, that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. That is. Hang on a minute.
It's true, and you should say it.
I think it's true. I think it is true. And I think the other thing that's fabulous is our friends Theo and Finley. And then just look at the different couples that we have. And that sort of speaks to the fact that we all, you know what I'm saying? And then if we could just hook up Desi and CJ. Oh, wait, CJ.
I am very committed.
You and I are only single ones.
I'm the only single one here.
And I think we're two of the better looking ones, personally. I mean, right? Isn't that? Oh, geez, hold it. Hang on a minute. We got a bingo. Wow, that was close. That was close. I was going to start rating everyone on how pretty they were. So that was pretty good. That didn't happen. So okay, so we have to find out, Chris, who won it?
I feel like that happened at just the right time there.
Yeah.
So there were actually a lot of bingos.
God, it's called Hand of God, Chris.
Yes.
Hand of God.
There were a lot of bingos, but the first two are the ones we're going to get prizes. Bob from Phoenixville was our first winner, and Vanya from Dallas, Texas was our second winner. So congratulations.
What a great name. What's the last one?
Vanya, and I will not pronounce the last name.
It sounds like we might be mailing a mask to Moscow or something. I know. Hot dog, we got a wiener. Actually, we've got two. Oh, one's better. Two's better. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead, play that.
Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial swords to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, don't you grab your balls and play.
And I want to remind everyone, don't forget about our erotic show. My friends, Erotic, who are amazing. They're going to be working. I know Coco Peru's got a show coming up. There's so many Stream Ally shows that I keep posted on those. And if you're connected to me, you'll get information about them as well. Erotic's coming up first, but we've got a lot of other fun shows coming up. I also want to thank you. If you tip me, thank you so much. Of course, we share those with our team, and then we're also going to share with our friend Roman, who I don't even know yet, but we're gonna meet Roman one of these days on one of our future broadcasts. Also want to thank all of my wonderful people who came to join me tonight. I know we went a little bit over time, but we had so much fun and so many great things to talk about tonight. So Mickey and Mike from Indianapolis, thank you so much. We appreciate you just making fun and just having a good time with us. Desi, we wish you well with your schooling. And Chris and Sarah, I'm going to be home in Minneapolis. I'm going to be looking for you. CJ, next time you bring that beautiful partner of yours. And Finley and Theo, we love Philly so much, and we're so glad that you found each other. And I didn't get to see your snake. Do you have your snake?
Do you want me to get her?
Oh, well, I can't even hear. Sorry about that. Anyway, the point is that you have a snake named Electra, I think. Anyway, and you're lesbian vampires. So listen, with no further ado, let's spell it, everybody. Are you ready to spell it with me? Here we go.
L is for the way.
What's next?
It's for the one I see. B is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. Love was made for me and you.
Ooh, love was made for me and you. Lewis says good night, everybody, and we love you all. We'll see you next week on Bingo Bonanza.